Hey, happy Monday. I hope you had a nice weekend. To everyone that I saw earlier today, it was so nice seeing you. It made my day, and I can't wait to hopefully see you again on Wednesday. Let's go ahead and get started with chapter 6. Today, Goonie Bird said, on Wednesday, I am going to tell you about Catman and the cow. Maybe you've noticed that I'm wearing my cat and cow outfit today. The students nodded their heads. They had noticed. Goonie Bird was wearing an orange fur jacket. Over her shoulder was slung a purse made from brown and white cowhide. Sometimes storytellers have special outfits that they wear. I think that's fine as long as it doesn't interfere with the story, Goonie Bird continued. You can buy fake cat whiskers and ears, for example, but I would never wear such a distracting costume. Would you wear a tail? Beanie asked. I know somebody who had a cat tail and ears at Halloween. No tail. Put on your thinking caps, class, Goonie Bird said. Think back to when I talked about Catman last week. No tail, the entire class said, all except Felicia Ann, although she looked up from the floor. That's right. Catman has no tail. I would tell about the lawnmower accident, and it would be an absolutely true story, but I never use violence in my stories. Oh, good, Kiko said. Violence makes me cry. Goonie Bird smoothed her fur jacket and did her breathing exercises. Deep breath, let it out. Deep breath, let it out. I know a lot of you have been worried about Catman, she began. Let me show you her picture. I certainly have, Mrs. Pigeon said. I've been thinking about Catman ever since he flew out of that flying carpet. By the way, Mrs. Pigeon, Goonie Bird said, I do want to mention how lovely you look today. Mrs. Pigeon blushed a little. She was still wearing her high-heeled shoes with the buckles, and today she was also wearing a rhinestone butterfly perched in her hair. In fact, the whole class looks quite lovely, Goonie Bird pointed out. She looked around. Malcolm, would you stand up? Malcolm rose from his seat and held his shoulders back. He was still wearing his polka dot bow tie, and today he had added a plaid belt. Kiko, Goonie Bird said. Kiko giggled and stood. She had a bright green bow in her hair and a long, shiny silk scarf wrapped around her neck. Me? Called Chelsea. Can I stand up? She did, and the class could see that she was wearing a fringed cowboy vest over her best dress. Me, everyone, all but Felicia Ann was calling out now, but Goonie Bird said, later, after the story, I'm ready to begin now. She took one more deep breath, let it out, and began. Beloved Catman is consumed by a cow. Once upon a time, not long ago, after they had left China, Goonie Bird and Catman found themselves flying through the air on a carpet. The carpet landed in a meadow near a large brown and white cow who was contently eating wild flowers. The flowers were purple. The carpet unrolled and Goonie Bird stood up and looked around. She could see in the distance her father's car quickly disappearing down the road. Yikes. Beside her, Catman also stood up. He had become very furry and fat, the way cats do when they are frightened. My cat becomes very enlarged when my brother brings his dog to visit, Mrs. Pigeon said. Then she put her hand to her mouth. Oh, I'm sorry, Goonie Bird. I interrupted. That's all right, Goonie Bird replied. Maybe this is a good time for everyone to tell cat getting big suddenly stories. Many children did. Barry Tuckerman's grandmother's cat became huge and his tail stood straight out in the air when a groundhog appeared in the yard. Chelsea's cat became enormously fluffy and hissed and spat when the veterinarian gave her a shot. Yikes. Tricia told her how her cat got very, very fat and then one day had 7 kittens inside the laundry basket. Good. So you all understand about cats. Now I'll continue, Goonie Bird announced. Okay, I'm going to stop there for today and we'll continue with her story tomorrow. Have a wonderful Monday. Happy Monday, everyone. Please get outside and enjoy the sunshine. I miss you. See you tomorrow.